So recently what many people would call Billy Carson's worst nightmare came true. Wes Huff, the guy that basically debunked Billy's claims, sat down on Joe Rogan and talked to Joe for over 3 hours.
We're really gonna get nerdy today.
Let's get nerdy.
I just finished watching that whole episode. I highly recommend you go and watch it too if you haven't already. But I just felt so inspired after that to sit down and do a little video about this, because I truly believe this was a prayer answer for so many Christians, including myself, and that God will use this episode for his glory.
If the first miracle happened, if everything, nothing became everything,
Right.
then, Jesus turning water into wine.
That's an easy one.
Well, yeah.
That's a party trick.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is nothing compared to the birth of the universe.
It really was an amazing opportunity for Wes to share the gospel with Joe and to talk about the Bible and really bring forth his knowledge about these things.
The crazy thing about Christianity, where you have Jewish itinerant guy who's walking around first century Roman occupied Judea. He's making some pretty audacious claims to be God himself. And then he predicts his own death and resurrection. And then his disciples they think it's over. They're like, he's dead. We're done.
Yeah.
And then they go from 11, scared men, because Judas commit suicide, scared men in an upper room, to completely overhauling the Roman world in only a couple hundred years because of this claim that they say they saw Jesus resurrected.
But especially the last hour was very much centered around Jesus and the accuracy of the Gospels and the Bible and the resurrection. And Wes and Joe really talked deep about these things. Starting off, they addressed the whole drama thing around Billy Carson and Wes and the kind of debate or discussion that they had and how that all went down. And then they go into discussing Wes' childhood, and especially Wes got to tell the miracle that happened when he was around 12.
But I couldn't feel anything. I was fully a paraplegic.
Whoa.
Yeah, but going back to that, so I experienced this, what I consider to be a true supernatural experience, in that I walked into the hospital to the doctors that had overseen me, and they were the first ones that used the word miracle.
Throughout the whole interview, it was just such a pleasure listening to the answers that he was giving Joe, to the questions that he had, because they were just so in-depth, and it was very easy to see that he truly knows what he's talking about. And so I think one of the most interesting moments was at the very end of this discussion, where Wes asks Joe, what he believes about Jesus.
What do you think of Jesus? In terms of your own, journeying and trying to find answers to ultimate questions.
So let's pray for Joe that he will truly take that step and get to know Jesus. And as always, I would love to hear your thoughts down below.
Yeah.
That to me is as fascinating, if not more, than even We Were Made by Aliens. All of it is bizarre.